Unit 4, Listening 1, Activity B.
Welcome. We have a special show for you today. We're going to talk about Charles Dickens, the man, his life, and what makes his books so funny. The number is 877-555-1167. Call us and tell us why you love Charles Dickens. First, a bit of background about Charles Dickens. He is the author of 15 novels, including some of the most famous stories in history. He is known for his sense of humor and the unusual and funny situations and people in his books. Dickens was born in Landsport, England on February 7th, 1812, exactly 200 years ago. In 1817, his family moved to Kent in the southeast, where Dickens spent most of his younger years. Many of the people and places in his books are similar to his memories from this time. As a young boy, he enjoyed spending time outdoors, but his favorite hobby was reading. Surprisingly, for such a talented writer, Dickens did not have much formal schooling. At the age of 12, Dickens had to stop school because of his father's money problems. For a time, he had to work at a shoe polish factory in London, a very difficult experience for a boy. However, these challenges helped him become a great writer and storyteller. Dickens' first professional writing job was writing for the London Monthly Magazine. His first novel, Pickwick Papers, quickly became a hit. Soon, it seemed everyone in London was reading and talking about Charles Dickens. He was a huge success. In his other works, Dickens went on to create many interesting and funny characters, with comical names, such as Ebenezer Scrooge, Oliver Twist, Nicholas Nickleby, and Polly Toodle. Readers say Dickens described each character so well, they feel as though they know them personally. 200 years later, Dickens is one of the most famous comic writers of all time, and students in schools around the world still read and study Dickens' work. So, Charles Dickens fans, what do you think makes his writing funny? What's your favorite book? Or your favorite funny scene in a Dickens book? Let's go to the phones and find out. Hello, you're on the air.
Hi, this is Karen.
Hi, Karen. Tell us why you enjoy reading Dickens.
Well, when I read his books, they just make me laugh. The characters are so unusual, and the conversations between the characters are often very funny.
Yes, I agree. Thanks, Karen. Next caller, you're on the air.
Hello. My name is Ernesto.
Hi, Ernesto. Why do you like Charles Dickens?
I like the way Dickens can make a sad situation seem funny. Many of his characters have difficult lives, or they don't have money or food to eat. But somehow Dickens helps us see humor in the sad parts of life.
That's great. Thank you for your call. All right. It looks like we have time for one more caller. Next caller, what do you think?
Unit 4, Listening 2, Activity A.
Okay, class. Let me introduce today's guest speaker, psychology professor Dr. Brian Long. Dr. Long will talk about how we use humor to communicate. Thanks for coming, Dr. Long.
Thank you for inviting me.
Doctor, first let me ask, how important is a sense of humor?
Well, Professor, these days it's very important. A sense of humor shows we are happy and confident. It also helps us feel relaxed. And humor is one way we communicate with other people.
Yes, that's true.
Of course, we don't all have the same sense of humor. Each one of us has our own humor style.
Humor style?
Yes, there are 4 main humor styles. The first one isn't very nice. It's put-down humor. This is when we make fun of another person. For example, when we laugh at someone for doing or saying the wrong thing.
You're right. That isn't very nice. Put-down humor can make people feel bad and can hurt their feelings.
Right, especially if they don't understand that you're joking. If put-down humor is your humor style, you probably don't have many friends. It's a good thing there are other humor styles, like bonding humor, for example.
Bonding humor?
Yes, the word bond means bring together. So this style of humor brings people together. If this is you, you are not afraid to be in front of an audience. You like to tell jokes and make other people relax.
That sounds like some of the students in this class.
Then there's what I call hate me humor.
Hate me? Do they want people to dislike them?
No, not really. People with this style of humor make themselves the joke. They make fun of themselves, for example, of the way they look. Or they do silly things so others will make fun of them.
Interesting. Yes, I think I know some people with that humor style.
Finally, there's the laughing at life humor style. These people can find humor in everything, even the sad or difficult parts of life. They don't worry about small things. If something bad happens, they just laugh. It makes life easier.
That sounds good. I'm going to try to be more of a laughing at life person. Thank you, Dr. Long. I never knew there were so many different kinds of humor.
Can you imagine if we didn't have humor at all? Life would be very boring.
It sure would.
Unit 4. Pronunciation. Examples.
Say, says, tell, tells, give, gives, answer, answers.
Laugh, laughs. Look, looks. Stop, stops. Eat, eats.
Change, changes. Miss, misses. Wash, washes. Watch, watches.
Unit 4. Speaking skill. Example.
The man touches the rabbit, and the rabbit bites him. "Ouch," he says. "You said your rabbit doesn't bite." The shopkeeper replies, "That isn't my rabbit."
Unit 4. Speaking skill. Activity A.
A man's at the doctor's office. The doctor asks him, "What's the trouble?" The man answers, "I hurt everywhere. It hurts when I touch my head, it hurts when I touch my leg, and it hurts when I touch my arm." The doctor thinks for a moment, then he says, "I know what's wrong. Your finger is broken."
Unit 4. Unit assignment. Activity B.
A tourist visits Sydney, Australia. He wants to go to the beach, but he doesn't know how to get there. He sees a policeman. He waves to the policeman and says, "Excuse me, can you help me?" The policeman comes over and says, "Yes, sir. How can I help you?" The tourist says, "Can you tell me the fastest way to get to the beach?" The policeman asks. "Are you walking or driving?" The tourist answers, "Driving." The policeman answers, "Well, that's the fastest way."